We all have days, weeks, months, and for some, even years of feeling anxious and uncertain. It's a vague feeling you can't quite put your finger on. From the outside, people think you have it all together, but they can't see what's going on in your head. Emptiness fills your thoughts and emotions all too often, nagging at you throughout the day. You set goals, but they never satisfy your ego. You always feel a day late and a buck short. The search can seem almost endless, and a question continues to spin in your mind. Why can't I just be happy? The good news is you do not have to live like this. There is a better way to view the world that will lead to what you seek. The first step, though, is to stop searching. You see, you will never find happiness by continually looking for it in another time and place. When you focus on the lack of something in your life, what you want will always elude you. Today, I would like to offer up 2 truths that are worth recalling when your mind wanders off into doubt and you overthink many of your days. First up, you have the freedom to live your life the way you want to live it. If you often worry about what you're going to do with your life, your career, your family, or the next steps, you need to put those details aside. You need to remember that you do have ambition, passion, drive, and the freedom to make your own decisions to shape better days. It's our thoughts that create a sense of high alert and fear. This often contributes to our need to seek approval from others. What we fail to see is that they too have their own baggage and views on how they must navigate their days and fulfill their needs. Anyone who has been paying attention to their inner needs understands that our emotions and approaches to them are forever changing states of being. It can be closely related to the shifting of daily light and shadows. What one has felt yesterday will be different from today and will be again different tomorrow. So instead of seeing this with the eyes of fear, it can be seen as a sign of certainty. It's the certainty that love, like any other emotion, feeling, and interaction within oneself, is not a permanent state. This may seem problematic at first glance, but if things remained the same forever, we would all be stuck in a suspended period of time that would only breed problems and stagnation. Next up, you need to remember that you are courageously walking your own path. When people argue with you and challenge your decisions, remind yourself that you do not have to do what everyone else is doing. You have to do what's right for you, even if some people disagree. These 2 things are easy to put on paper, but require some gentle effort and application from time to time. Move with them and don't overthink it. It is better to flow than fight with your life. We will have days where we feel uncertain about what we're doing, what our task actually entails, or if we're achieving or failing based upon our own personal standards or the standards of others. This is simply another moment of uncertainty taking hold of us. What we really need is a shift in our perception. It's another opportunity to see that we are indeed truly living. It's being certain that if in fact we find the balance of applying ourselves and take the necessary steps to accomplish what is being asked of us, we can make peace with the fact that we're giving it our personal best. It's also about recognizing the certainty of knowing that our personal best will vary from day to day. You see, our own sense of uncertainty cannot be resolved through or by other people. Your own uncertainty has been created, crafted, and brought along through life by you. And guess what? It can only be resolved by you. How can we expect that someone else could grant us full security when we have yet to find security within ourselves? It's completely normal to have uncertainty in any type of personal exchange. But there's the certainty that as humans, we're all facing this uncertainty. And at some point in life, it's going to be our shared human experience. So instead of living in a place of fear, worry, and spiraling questions that may or may not have responses, we can embrace the certainty that everything unfolds in the way it is supposed to. Without a doubt, we all have free will to make choices, but it's the uncertainty that follows our choices that causes us anxiety. When we start to see our outcomes and our efforts, for better or for worse, as natural and embrace them, we will most likely try to hide and avoid them on levels both large and small. But once we decide to own and embrace both our efforts and outcomes, we will be able to navigate them with much better attitudes and much better outcomes. So keep that in mind, and I will leave you with this certainty. The only person that ever stumbles is a person moving forward. You don't stumble backwards, you stumble forward, and you never stumble when you're stationary. So don't worry about stumbling. It means you're moving in the right direction. As always, peace and love, Jim.